I actually have a TAKS math blog. I'm not changing it to Star Math, forget it. I started when I was substituting and I didn't know what I was doing because I was a long-term sub and I was like, I don't understand this stuff. So every time I found really cool links and videos, I threw it into that TAKS math blog. And so it's not too updated, but it has a plethora of wonderful links and videos. I send my kids to it. Folks all over the world come to it because I can check the stats and all that. And so that's it. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Go thingy doodle. Okay. Yeah, okay. The rationale behind the Amazing Race. Okay, it's fun, it's competitive, there's rewards and incentives. You're saying, where am I supposed to get that from? Infer. Okay. Differentiation in learning, differentiation in formative assessment, cooperative learning, which is what I love the most, teamwork among the students, established goals, problem solving, lots of conflict resolution, constant communication and interaction from the students, use of manipulatives for the challenges, and then peer assessment. So there's a lot that goes into the Amazing Race, and it's not really a review. I actually use it as a test. So instead of doing those boring pencil paper tests, I look at my TAKS carefully and I say, you know what do I want to know that all of the students have been able to, what's the word, master. And so I throw it into the form of Amazing Race with different challenges. And it gets progressive because I start out real easy, build confidence up, make them feel like it's going to be easy. And then as they start gaining the points, they're like, this is hard. So it's kind of really funny. It's hilarious. Okay, agree or disagree. Teamwork will make or break a company. A great team makes a great company. No team makes no company. A company is not an individual trying to accomplish a single goal. Rather, it's a group of people with different talents and abilities working together to achieve a goal to benefit all. Okay, so teamwork is not only important, it's essential for a company to succeed. So the real world or real work connection, when a company has a good team leader and good people who are motivated on the team, they can get great results accomplishing a goal for a project. There's usually a reward for a job well done, especially in larger companies. I used to work for Russell Stover Whip and Spice Chocolate Candy Company. That was a smaller company. And then I left them and went to work for Colgate Palmolive. That's a larger company. Very large and a good company. Good teamwork could lead to bonuses, which I got. This is great. Okay, and promotions, while poor teamwork can lead to negative results, such as no bonuses or even termination, Randy Purdue. So how many of us as teachers have seen poor execution of duties, programs, etc. because of poor teamwork or poor leadership as a math department, okay, or grade level? And what was the result? Anyone give me a result, two people? Poor scores, what else? I knew that was coming next. I thought that would be first, because who wants to go to work when nobody's really leading and motivating you to get going? Okay, so how is teamwork communicated to the students in learning math? Well, with Amazing Race, each team has a goal of working together and communicating effectively, completing each task and working until the end. Okay, in business, the goal is to keep your job, advance you up the ladder, obtain, in some cases, bonuses, and ultimately bring home a paycheck with just security. Okay. The Amazing Race is just like that, and it requires teamwork to get the job done. In the real world, don't students, when they become adults, don't we have to learn how to work with people? Isn't it awful when you get a team of people and you're like, I don't know how to do that. We've always done that. I can't do that. We don't know that. Ooh. Okay, so for the kids, good grades and passing the TAKS test, or the star, a moon. Okay, good job, team, with lots of uncertainties. You're not gonna see the video, but it's so funny. If you're able to videotape your kids before you begin the race, you just ask them, so tell us what your name is and if you're gonna win the race. And they're like, my name is Bianca, and we're gonna win. It's hilarious because by the end of the race, the winners, you get to videotape them. They're like, oh man, this was so hard, it was fun, and we won. It's crazy. Videotape it, okay? So it's one thing to come to class and your grades depend upon yourself, and it's another when the student next to you will have a major impact on your final grade as you will have on his or hers. The anxiety is high. along with uncertainties. And if this is going to be, which it probably will be for most of you, your first time doing the Amazing Race, don't worry. Don't tell the kids you've never done it. When I came up with it, I was like, we're going to have this amazing race. And they're like, really? I was like, yeah. Whew, I hope I'm successful. They never knew. And when mistakes happen, I just rolled with it and said, okay, so let's try this. Kids don't know that we don't always know what we're doing. Don't tell them. Miss, this must be like that. How'd you figure that out? Okay, so now I don't watch them yet, and they actually won because on the video, and I may upload that to the Dropbox because I have enough space so you can see some of the videos. Because I think they only say their first names, so I don't think I'll go to jail. Okay, so anyway, the race expectations, they must be clear. Okay, here's an example of 7th grade TAKS objectives, objective 3, and I just did on season 2 geometry because that was like the second race. So you can't really read that, and don't worry about it because it's going to be in the Dropbox. But I'm going to read super fast. Over the next week, you and your partners will be competing this was for stars my first year, but you can have them compete for whatever. And other incentives in the Amazing Race TAKS Math Style. The main learning objective for season 2 is geometry. So what happens is they actually get this. So when you, and if you notice right here, what are these? They're just the T's. But they're the expectations for the students. So that's you use the word. Say these are your race expectations. Okay, so then it goes on to say you're expected to utilize everything you've already learned in your regular math class to be successful in the race. Although I want to make this a fun activity for you, it will be counted as a major test grade, so you want to do your best no matter what place you and your team come in. Now this is for when you have when you get up and get going and you're gonna have some students who may have attendance problems or they just won't cooperate. Don't let them rain on your parade. Let them get the grade they earned. So you can just let the group say, hey, by the second day, if you want to just play to pass, then they have to agree right then by the end of the second day. Miss, we just gonna play pass because this is hard. This is hard. And so at that point, you're going to give them all the challenges. They work independently, and even if they score more than 70, that's all they can get. That takes the stress off of you trying to say, come on, you're going to fail, you're going to fail, let me do your work. You don't have to do that. So you set them up. Okay, you set them up. Remember, my background is in sales, so I'm always trying to overcome the objection before it comes. Okay, so I say, okay, pass, you want to play pass? And they sit and think like, what y'all think? Man, it's hard. So I don't care, you can do that. Okay, so that takes the stress off of you, okay? Oh, I gave him a 75, I was kind. Okay, so think hard before you make that decision. And so it's very important. Then I tell them what expectations are that they need to be prepared for each day. You can have a bunch of teachers, you can have a mixed Amazing Race, but this happened to be just focusing on geometry because I was teaching TAKS math. Okay, so it says expectations for day 1 is 7 points, 6 A, B, C, and D. They know in advance you got 40 points you need to get on the first day. That's why by the end of the second day, you see how many points? 70. So they ought to know if they only got 55 points by the end of the second day, we're going to play the pass. Because these challenges are getting kind of progressively harder. Okay, so day 2, 30 points, and day 3, 30 points. Okay, so you'll need to come to class ready to work each day, and each student needs to get their expectations in their hands. Okay, sometimes I actually give them incentive bonus points at the end of the race if they've kept up with it, you know. So I said, do y'all have your expectations? 5 points to everybody who has, and they're digging around and looking for them because they need to keep up with it because that's their expectations. That's the TAKS. Okay, so let's see, where was I? Yeah, I'm telling them that they need to, because then you want to put their stuff in the folder. Colored folders is the best by class period. So first period is all yellow folders with the little brackets and the little you know, folders, pockets, and then keep them in a space, keep them hidden, because the kids are running there and trying to work some challenges. No, you don't want to do that, because when they come in, it's time to begin the race on the second day or whatever. Okay. Then it says, I'm trying to encourage them to work and cooperate, and before you begin the race, you want to do kind of like a mini review, and what I mean by that is, you establish the teams. Sometimes you can do them randomly, and sometimes you can pick the teams. It's your choice. They don't know. You can tell them it was random, but you picked it. I've done that before. Wow, I can't believe I just came out. You know, boy, girl, black, white, Hispanic. Boy, that's interesting. You know, and so make your teams. Don't put all the smart ones on one team. That's stupid. Don't do that. Make them, what's the word? How much got mine? So, okay. Mix them up, and then give them little small tasks so they can start seeing what they want. Because when they look at the expectations, they ask each other, "Do you know how to find those accomplice of the service? Do you know how to do all of operations?" I mean, they'll actually talk, and it's funny. I'm like, that's good. You need to be talking. Find out who's the weak link. Okay? Because they're going to show up. So I tell them, take care of it, because there is going to be somebody weak in the group. You know it. And so I say attendance and good behavior outside of class is key as well. The reason why I said outside of class is because I don't write referrals. Can you imagine me having to write referrals and having to argue with some kids? No, I have excellent classroom management and relationships with students. I'm begging them to at least get to fourth period. Will you please do what Ms. Johnson said so you can come to my class? But if you don't like her, learn to like her. Because you're going to miss the race. So, you know, you understand what I'm talking about? So I said, just make it to my class. That's the incentive. Be good to make it to my class, because you're going to be able to participate, and your teammates won't be giving you the evil eye. Okay, so since there be no elimination, how many of y'all have seen The Amazing Race on TV? If you haven't, just watch it, just once. Just watch it all the way through. That'll give you some ideas, because that's how I came up with it. I was just like, you know, I don't watch much TV, so when I do, I'm always looking for ways that I can like incorporate math into it. And so I was watching them, and I saw how they were arguing back and forth. No, let's do this. You're moving too slow, and all that kind of stuff. But they were solving these challenges. And I said, Lord, I think I got something. And I just started working.